Hi, I'm Paul Francis, and welcome to my YouTube channel. On the channel, you will find many videos helping you to discover more about yourself. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Hit it and share it. For those people who share, there will be prizes galore. You'll have one-to-one sessions, merchandise, coming with me on paranormal investigations, loads and loads and loads of things just for sharing. Get it out there. Share the show, share the videos, and be a part of the Paul Francis community. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Spirit Quest with your host, Paul Francis. I do hope this Thursday evening, Thursday afternoon, Thursday morning, depending where you are, finds you all in good stead. You are listening to me on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM, coming to you from the UPRN Talk Radio Network, coming to you live from beautiful New Orleans. Welcome to the show tonight. As you know, Spirit Quest is basically it's called the Spirit Quest, the journey of life, and we're all on this journey together. So it's more of a open forum discussion radio show, of which you are more and more than welcome and more invited. And who we got live in the radio chat room so far is Neil Carr. Good evening, Neil. Ellen Blackman, Ellen Backman, I beg your pardon. And Ellen, welcome to the show. I know you're going through some grief at the moment, and my love and strength with you now. Lisa has joined us. Vanessa's joined us. Nancy, good evening. Dawn Hatton, good evening. Loving your intro, says Dawn. She'd like to be better of the James Bond. Lynn's joined us, and Facebook user has joined us. As always, I'm going to have to show it because you don't believe it, right? So look there, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. I'd love to say good evening to you personally. Come out of Facebook, out of Facebook, straight over to YouTube. In the search bar, type Paul Francis Medium. Boom, you'll be straight back to the show again, and I'll be able to see exactly who you are. Anne Marie's joined us. Good evening, all the way from Oregon. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And did I say good evening, Lynn? I think I did. But anyway, if I didn't, good evening, Lynn. Welcome to the show. One and all. Owen Hagol is the Cornish way of saying one and all. Owen Hagol. So, Spirit Quest, the journey of life. We're all on this journey together. We're all taking this journey together. And the entire show is about you. It's not about me. It's about me. On Monday nights, I get my bit. On Thursday nights, it's all down to you guys. So tell me what you want to talk about. I've had a few people send me messages to say they wouldn't mind talking about the basically life changes. Well, we talk about that, surely. I've got somebody else coming in on Facebook. Good evening, Paul. And I'd love to say good evening to you too, personally, but that's what I get, Facebook user. And unfortunately, I'd love to say hi. Welcome to the show. But come out of beg your pardon, I've got a wee bit of a frog in the throat. Welcome to the show. Come out of Facebook, zip across into YouTube. I'm basically ushering everyone out of Facebook into YouTube so that you guys can, you can enjoy the show much easier. When you come out of Facebook and you go into YouTube, subscribe to my channel. That's all you got to do. Click the subscribe button and then hit the little bell icon. So every time we do a show, every time we release a new show, you'll be told about it. And you don't have to mess about. You don't have to hope and wait until it comes on. Boom. You'll be told in advance. Just click the link. You're in. Simple as that. Welcome to the show anyway, nonetheless. Neil says, I'm also in Oregon. So we got two oreganos. It's all right. Anyway, welcome. Lovely to see you guys. Spread the word. Spread the word in Oregon. And tell everybody in Oregon, we're live. We're here. We're doing it. Leona, good evening, my darling. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. Already shared I was already shared to Telegram. Is that something? Or you just tell me how old you are? Telegram. Is that a real thing? Or am I just really old? Most likely it's me. But hey, Dawn, thank you. Nonetheless, thank you so very Oregonians. Gotcha. Oregonians. Gotcha. What's in store for my friend Madrid? Where's she's here watching with me? I have no idea, Leona. What is your friend you want? Alison Lowry, good evening. How are you all tonight? You saying hi, Alison. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for being here on the show tonight. Like I said, tonight's show is all about you guys. It's all about making, the whole show, sort of drive and motivation and focus of the show is all about you. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about? I'm open to talking about pretty much anything, really. Instagram, says Lisa. I'm on Instagram. Yes, thank you. Share it on there too. Yeah, I'm an Instagramian, and that's well cool. Hi, folks. Folks. Paul is inviting you all to zip over to YouTube to watch the show. He wants to know, zip across to YouTube. It's a far more stable platform than Facebook. Facebook is almost completely run by AI now, and well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding that the soul of Facebook is disappearing, dramatically disappearing. When I used to do a post, I actually found myself checking the other day. Excuse me. I do beg your pardon. I've got a wee bit of a frog in the throat. When I used to do a post on Facebook, usually around 200, 300 people respond to it. And I was getting 2 and 3, and maybe 5, maybe 15 responses. And I was thinking, have I been blocked or something? What's going on here? So that's why I did a post the other day saying, can you see my posts? If so, say yes. And that's why I put that up, So because I couldn't really tell whether anybody was watching us or not. Once again, Facebook. What's happened to it? It's gone right out the window. Julie Sharp, hi. Good evening, Jules. Evening, Paul. Hope your family and yourself, as well as can be, doing our best. Doing our very, very best. But you know what, Julie? The very fact that somebody's thinking about us, perfect. Thank you so very much. It really, really helps. Telegram is a social network, unrestricted and mostly uncensored. It's where I go when I'm banned from Facebook. Do you know what? I think I'll start putting my head in the door to that one as well, because I don't know. Big Brother's watching everywhere you go at the moment. Probably watching that too, shall we say that line, Alexa, and she's listening to me right now. When we say that, we'd be sitting in any room in the house where we have one, and it'll just go blink, and you think, hey, what's going on here? And being watched. You need colloidal spray for your throat. It works. I don't feel any pain. Just got a wee bit of a frog in the throat. That's all. I felt so much better after you explained the meaning of the gold cloak, Paul. By the way, I'm definitely seeing your posts. Julie, thank you, and I'm glad that worked. And keep practicing. At the end of the day, it's all about practicing the psychic protection and how to disperse and how to break down negative energies and how to dissipate negative energies, then how to revamp and refill those negative energies with positive energies. It's all about that. And of course, everything about that is in my book, The Safe Way. So make sure you get yourself a copy of that. Tony says, hi, Paul. Hope you're well. This is Tony from Long Island. My mom passed recently. I would love to know who greeted her. Um, okay, right. There's a few people asking me to do readings. I don't do readings on Thursday nights. I only do them on Monday nights. However, I will answer questions. Tony, it's a good question nonetheless. First and foremost, I'm really, really sorry to hear that your mother passed. It's my dad's anniversary tomorrow. So that's probably why I'm feeling a wee bit not together, really. So it's my father's. There's weird things, Weird things have a way of letting you know they're around you. Like for example, my oldest pals and we've got a WhatsApp group together, and they put up a picture of the Brown Recreation Center, which where we grew up. And the thing about it is, that is a big, 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 huge connection for me. So this is the kind of things I'm telling you guys to look out for. Alrighty. Um, they it's not always the billboard in the sky. It's not always the billboard in the sky. Sometimes it's a billboard that you weren't expecting. Now, I wasn't expecting to see this. This is a very huge connection for me. Okay, because now I want to start you off by telling you again, just in case you missed it. It's my dad's anniversary tomorrow. Okay, my father's gone 3 years tomorrow, and up comes this brand new recreation center in our group in WhatsApp, and it's being demolished to make places for more houses. Now, the thing about it is, it's a huge thing because my dad happened to be the manager of that place, and I was like, oh my god. And it was very important to us because we were actually using that big sports center before it was even open to the public. So my brother and I and the rest of our siblings, we were able to go swimming in it. We were using the gyms. We were using all of the big tennis courts and everything way before even the general public were using it, because my dad was one of the managers of it and my mom worked there as well. So this is what I'm telling you. They're letting you know they're around you. My That clearly turned up today because it's something huge for me and for my family. And it's my dad's anniversary tomorrow. So it's a really good teaching element to say to you guys, look, sometimes it can be something that's just connected on the outside and not immediately internally to the family that will let you know that they're around you. So that was huge when I saw that today. And the weird thing about it is, I felt myself going back into mourning pretty much immediately, because it was a huge connection for me as a son. It was a big connection for my dad and my mother because they both worked there and both of them are in spirit. The way I'm looking at it is, they were both telling me, we're around, we're okay, we're here. Oh, by the way, did you know the rec center's being demolished? Bit sad, buy it. But unfortunately, it's already been sold. Crikey. But anyway, just to let you know that's one of the ways that they will let you know they are very much around you. I want to say hi to a few people before I finish off talking with Tony. Rachel Salinas says hi to everybody. Good evening, Rachel. Sue Vinicum, my little pal Sue. Welcome, darling. Hope you're well. Paul, I went to YouTube, could see you live, but cannot see where I can comment. Lizzie, you need to go onto my channel, okay, and then you need to click onto the live show, and then the bottom underneath the live show it'll say comments, and that's where you just comment in there, and it'll come straight through to here. So Lizzie, come out, go back into YouTube and go in there and then click in and make sure you subscribe to the channel though. That's important. Julie says, I've got the Safeway, and I always refer to it. Julie, put a picture up on Facebook of you holding the Safeway and tell everybody to get it. Amanda's joined us. Good evening, Amanda. Oh my God, a really amazing experience recently regarding psychic protection. I'll share that in a minute. Thank you very much, Neil. Good idea. And Marie, I have been thinking about someone who's passed for some time now, and little things lately would remind me of them. And I'm unsure if it's just me or him letting me know he's around. You can be assured, Anne-Marie, that they're letting you know they're around you. They're definitely letting you know they're around you. Sometimes they will pick something that is just so grips you, because your mind can be in a certain place. Your mind can be sort of locked up in today's reality, which for all intents and purposes it should be. and then they will get through that fog, if you want to call it that. They'll get through that daily fog by hitting you with something completely like whack, which was what I experienced today. The boys put it up on our WhatsApp channel. I mean, it's not, nobody else gets to see it, just myself and the lads know, that's important. So they whacked it up on the WhatsApp channel, and then I went, oh my god, oh my god, and I was like, oh, what? So knowing that tomorrow is my dad's anniversary, and to get that through, that was just a straight through the fog. We're here, pay attention, kind of thing. So it was really, really cool. So I did see Leona put something up there, but I'll finish off Leona's first before we go down to Tony's. All right, what's in store for my friend Maria's? For my friend Maria, she's here. Watch, Leona. I have no idea, because I'm not doing reads as such, and I don't do. I don't believe in future reads. I don't believe in that whatsoever. Here's the big thing that I do believe in, and I don't want to come across sounding very, prattish. I don't mean that. I don't mean to be that in any way, shape, or form. But I am an absolute, total, 100% believer in, if it's to be, it's up to me. So your future is not laid out. It's not, and it's not designed and run by spirit. It's that designed and run and is true by you and you alone. Okay, because you have a big, big, big thing called freedom of choice. You will choose to turn left, you will choose to carry on straight, you will choose to turn right, and in the odd occasion you will choose to go backwards. So your life isn't, for example, right now, when I've shared that with you, you weren't expecting me to say that. So already your life has changed. Okay, so Mairead, in relation to your life, my darling, if you're watching and listening to me, first of all, welcome to the show. I do all the reads, per se, like you would expect a psychic medium to be doing reads. I do that on Monday nights. Okay, so tonight's show is called Spirit Quest: The Journey of Life. And the reason why I'm going to go through this one and Tony's is because this one has not the answer of it is going to help multiples of people, as well as Mairead. It is Mairead, isn't it? She wants to know overall just someone will be okay. So the thing about it is, I have 4 children, and I'm forever in passing and giving advice. Now I'm they're like, sometimes you see when I start talking to them, they go, the glazed eye, and I go, okay, you're not listening. So, and I say to them, okay, what do you want out of life? And this is not just this. I mean, this is obviously for Leona and her friend and everybody else. I will say to my children, what do you want out of life? And they'll go, what do you mean? And I said, it's not what I mean. I know what I want out of life. What do you want out of life? And and I can sometimes be getting quite harsh. And I go, you trying to tell me you've no idea where you're going in life? Yeah. Well, then what do you want out of it? Well, I want to be successful. Fine. How are you going to get there? How are you going to get from where you are right now to success? Are you looking at me to get you to success? And and they'll be like, well, you're quite famous, so yes, I can introduce you to people, but it doesn't mean diddly squat. I can introduce you to everybody that follows me around this globe, but if you're not capable of doing the work that you say you're going to do, it doesn't mean diddly squat. So if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you to make that choice. Now, that does not mean I love you any less. Doesn't not mean I'm any less proud of you. But you need to know where you're going and how you're going to get there. Okay, so it doesn't help them me being famous. That doesn't, I've been in radio, I've been on TV, been in movies. That doesn't help him in any way, shape, or form. It just gave me the capability of giving them a decent life. So, but then again, how I got onto TV, how I got onto radio, and how I got into the movies is all down to me in getting to be where I needed to be able to do that. One of my dearest and oldest friends said to me, Paul, he said, you were always a dreamer. He said, but you've got a habit of making your dreams come true. That's because what I want, I go after. And that's what I teach people. If it's to be, it's up to me. So if your son wants to be, you know, he may well have had a horrible run over the last few years, but that's it. It was over the last few years. It's not in the years and months and days and weeks and hours to come. Okay. Only he can change that. Only he can get up and go, do you know what? No, I'm not having this anymore. Right. Okay. Here's what I want to do. And then focusing on a way of how to get to that goal. Because it is really that simple. Oh yeah, but nobody, nobody opened the doors for us. Nobody opened the doors for me. Nobody opened the doors for anybody else. Nobody opened the doors for Richard Branson. He opened them himself. He made them happen. Okay. Um, Everybody who wants to achieve, everybody who wants to get to a goal, everybody who wants to be successful has to set a goal out and has to set a channel and a pathway to that accomplishment. Okay. It's not going to land on your lap. No use sitting around hoping the lottery lands on you. There's a story, great story. This man walks into the church and he goes up to the altar and he kneels down on the altar and he puts his hands together and he looks up lovingly at Jesus on the cross and he says, "Dear Lord, I have been a loving and very faithful servant all my life. I have brought all my family up to love and serve the church. I really need the lottery so I can keep my family together. I'm very, very, very serious. I really, really need the lottery. We are almost broke." So he comes in the following day, says the same prayer, hands together, said, "Dear Lord, please, please let me have the lottery. I am really, really skint. I have no more money left in our account, and we're really worried about losing our house." Comes and that goes in every day for a month. And he comes in the last day of the month and he puts his hands together. "Dear Lord, I've been asking you, I've been praying hard every single day. Please, please, please let me have the lottery." And Jesus just appears in front of him and says, "Buy a ticket." If it's to be, it's up to me. You ain't got a ticket, you're not going to win the lottery. Simple as that. So the opportunities are out there. It's up for us to go and make those opportunities come to us. Now, the law of attraction states what you give off as energy, you attract as energy. If you're completely and utterly focused on the horrible run that you've had, then don't be so surprised when more of the same energy comes to you. Okay? Horrible runs, bad energy, bad experiences are the best teachers. Okay, it's dead easy to try and surf that positive wave all the way in, but if you're only used to positivity, how can you then ever know what the negatives are going to be and how to avoid them or how to work with them? Okay, so if you've gone through a year, 2, 3 years of negativity and bad sort of things not going your way, you've had an immense amount of teaching. Take that on board and learn the lessons, take the lessons with you so you can avoid those speed bumps in the future. So you probably got more experience and you got more going for you than most. And you've got to look at it from that point of view. I said to somebody today, I said, for those people who treated you really, really badly, you want to thank them. And they were like, "What the heck do you mean? Why would I want to treat someone? Why would I want to thank somebody who's treated me badly?" Because they're the ones that taught you to get up, get stronger, and make things happen. Okay, you no longer allowed their energy to keep you down. You got up. It forced you to get up, forced you to become stronger, and it forced you to become more focused. So now you're successful. You can turn around to those people who were giving you a hard time and go, "Thank you. Carry on." So my advice to Leona's friend is tell her son that everything is achievable. Nothing is unachievable, but you need to know exactly where you want to go and how you're going to get there. It's that simple, really. Now, Tony said, I'm, from Long Island, totally from Long Island. Said, my mom passed recently and I'd love to know who greeted her. Well, the very first person would have greeted her would have been the person that was closest to her. Alrighty. So if your dad had gone ahead, then it would most likely be your dad that greeted her and she was crossing across. If not, it would have been the person's closest to her, like her mom, like her father, like her sisters or brothers. But my feelings are the person to the side, so it would have been a brother, sister, husband, brother, sister, husband, something along those lines would have been the person that would have been featured with her. She would have crossed over with that person, but immediately be met by all of the family members who had gone ahead. All those people that she spent years of her life mourning in loss were all waiting for her. They'll be the ones who greets her. They'll be the ones who welcome her, orientate her, show her how it all works on the other side of life and how she's still connected to this side of life. So even though I'm not working, I am always connected to my guides, and I'm being advised that something that connects you guys to somebody who crossed over. For an example, say somebody owned a restaurant or something along those lines. It's that restaurant is the connection that's connecting your mother to you now. It's something like that. There is a connection of somebody who crossed ahead of your mom that's bringing your mother's using that same connection to bring through now. Okay. I know it sounds complicated, but it's something that there's a connection. Like, I don't know whether her name's on a restaurant or something. I don't know, but there's something about something that's here that was owned or run by somebody else that connects you guys all together. And that's the sort of the loop that's bringing it all through, Tony. Dawn says, I've got a group called the Bolt Hole. Send me an invitation, Dawn. Hi, Sue. Righty. So let's go on the way down. Who else have I not? Your dad wants you to remember your happy memories there. Absolutely. I have no doubts. Totally get that. And you love those confirmations. Yeah. I mean, that was my mind was like boom today. That was a big one. Lewis says, hi, Paul. Just had my trial shift at my new job. Good on you, girl. Well done. I was scared and nervous. Then Ava came on the radio. Grandma loved ABBA, not Ava. Loved ABBA, and I felt comforted. There you go. There you go. Weirdly enough, and ABBA is a link for me and my dad as well, oddly enough. I didn't know he was an ABBA fan until he had passed. You know, he probably didn't tell me he was an ABBA fan until he was passed, because I would have taken the mickey out of him. Not because I would have, I would have taken the mickey out of an ABBA fan. Not at all. ABBA are phenomenon. They are still are phenomenon. But my dad, there's a great story about my dad. There's a place in Ireland called Croke Park, and my dad was a huge football and athletics fan. In fact, he was an athlete, a competitive athlete, but he used to go to the football matches in Croke Park, and he came out and he was talking to his pal, and he was standing outside Croke Park, and he was chatting away to his pal, and his pal said to him, "Oh my God, there's Bono." And my dad looked around, and this guy was standing behind him with with the glasses on. And my dad turned around to the guy and went, "Bono?" He said, "Yeah, Bono's Bono." My dad went, "Who's Bono?" Who's Bono? And my dad, told me that, and I said, "Are you sorry, Dad?" And I went, "Who's Bono?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Apart from Guinness, you two are the next biggest export from Ireland. Apart from Guinness, you two's the next biggest export from Ireland." He went, "Who's you two?" Oh, dear Lord. So I said, "You remember when I was on TV on the Jonathan Ross show?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "That was you two." He went, "Oh, okay." Who's Bono? My dear dad. Oh my God, I miss him. Big hugs, and losing our parents is one of the biggest life-changing events. On Alison, you are 100% correct. It's there are days, like over the last few days, I find myself just contemplating this, like, what the hell? What happened? I went from being, looked after by my parents, in our house in Ireland, to them gone, and it went like that. What? Hang on a second. What happened? What's going on? gone. Life went like that. Blink of an eye. Make sure you live every single day to the absolute max, guys. Live it to the max. Don't let a day go past. And it's saying it feels like you get up in the morning and then all of a sudden you're climbing back into bed, right? I know because that's what it feels like. But I did a wee experiment last year and I sat down literally and I went and I watched a stopwatch go from 0 to 60 seconds and that then I clicked 1 minute. So I said, right, okay, clearly is a minute. So I put the stopwatch on and I let it. I didn't sit and watch it. I was carried on doing things till it went right up to an hour. So I went, okay, so there's still 60 seconds in a minute. There's still 60 minutes in an hour. There are still 24 hours in the day. So time hasn't changed. So the actual chronological concept of time is exactly the same. Alrighty. So what's changed? What has changed that makes the days look like we get up and then literally walk around the bedroom and climb back into bed again? What has changed to make that happen? And it's us. It's us. Because as we were young, the days seemed so long and they were always sunny. That's because we had nothing to worry about. We didn't have to worry about whether food going to be on the table in the mornings and was it going to our dinner going to be on the table in the evenings. The only thing we had to worry about was, do we have to go to school, and how many games of football or hide and seek or get on our bikes or go swimming or whatever we wanted to do as kids. That's the only thing we had to worry about. And we had nothing else to think about really. And then as we get older, we start having things that we have to do, things that we have to think about. And then people start looking at you going, have you wasted your day? What did you do today? And then you start filling every minute, every second, every hour, mostly with crap. Okay. Really have a look at your day and see how much you can just say, do you know what? I don't need to be doing that. I don't need that in my life. That is not serving me. I'm going to get rid of it. And you know what? Those extra 2, 3, 4 hours I've now got, I'm gonna really spend them doing something better, something for me and my family, and I'm gonna enrich my life by enjoying those extra 3 or 4 hours I've got now. And you just watch how your day slows down a bit. It did for me. It will for you. So Neil Carr says, "Hey, Paul, I've been a long-time student and practitioner of magic. And a few years ago, I joined an order called the Golden Dawn, and I've taken protection very seriously. Good on you. Well done. It's exactly correct. The concept of the golden cloak, although it's silver on the outside, golden on the inside. Remember that. So silver reflects away negativity. The golden on the inside presents you with protection and energy. Okay. Lizzie says, Lizzie, go on. Oh no, it's another Facebook user telling Lizzie what to do. Kelly Durant, welcome to the show, darling. Good to see you. I practice music in a park, guitar, mandolin, and I've played in a local park for years. And most of the neighborhood appreciate my bringing music. That's exactly you know what? That's a fantastic thing to do. That brings happiness and the energy of that happiness to other people. Well done, Neil. Well done. That is a brilliant thing. Last Thursday, I was putting my guitar away, and I was about to get into my car when suddenly occurred to me that I could stand for it. Sorry, I'll read that again. I'll bring it up on the main screen so I can see it. There we go. Last Thursday, I was putting my guitar away, and I was about to get into my car when it suddenly occurred to me that I could stand for a banishment energy reset and refresh all my protective armor. Well, what I would suggest on that concept, really, Neil, is to do that in automation, a bit like a computer does automatic updates overnight. Train yourself to do that. You can. It can be done. It can be done. Train yourself to do that, and you will be able to. I promise you. So, let me go. Any more comments that I have missed? While I'm looking up for more comments, don't forget I'm coming to you on 105.3 and 107.7 FM with the UPRN Talk Radio Network coming to you live from New Orleans. And I see my pal Gina Bankston is in the house. Right. So all y'all who are listening to me tonight all over the world, the sad news is you're going to get to listen to me again. Yes, indeed. I'm going to be not directly after this show, but when this show is over at 10:30, then I've got an hour and a half of time to chill out and we relax, and then I'm straight on to the Fox Den. Yes, indeedy. Yours truly is going to become the guest tonight. Something I haven't done for quite some time. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to be a guest on the Fox Den tonight. So make sure you stick around for that. And don't forget of all of the other plethora of great shows that are available to you on the UPRN Talk Radio Network. Again, coming after this show tonight, you're going to have a fantastic show with my dear pals Amelia and Michelle with the Outer Realm. And I do hope that you all were able to catch up with Roger and Faye's new show, okay, on the UPRN Talk Radio Network. And that was yesterday. So I do hope you caught up with that. Gina has posted a link to the show that's on tonight. So it's between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you get onto there and be a part of that tonight. So Tony says, thank you. That will be my godmother. There you go. There you go. So there'll be a link there to your godmother and to your mom to let you know that they're very much part of the what's going on. They don't, don't get me wrong. They don't stand about and watch what you do. It's not like they're all standing there twiddling their thumbs watching, okay, what are they going to do next? What's Tony going to do next? No, it's called the next life. Okay. In other words, they got stuff to get on with. In fact, it's not really the next life. It's their life. We're in the next life. So the life, if you want to call it, is over there. We're at university, college. We're learning and we're growing and we're getting stronger. And then when we finish this semester, we go back. And then if we need to, we come back to another semester. So that's a kind of nice, wee, cool way of looking at it, really. They've just gone home from college and they'll be at home waiting for us when we finish college here. So I like that. I get back in my car once finished and was looking in my phone for any UFO meetups, and two teenage, no more than 20 guys appear at my window yelling at me for the keys to your car. It's nice. Get your own, that's what I would have said. Honestly. Facebook took 26 minutes to notify me that you were live, and I rest my case. Facebook is just, it's going downhill at a dramatic rate of knots. Now, Trudy, and this is why you should be on YouTube. All right. YouTube would have advised you yesterday and today that the show's coming up. So come off Facebook, Faceache, and go on to YouTube. Oh, by the way, for all of you guys who want to be on the new Paraghost team, please contact Trudy on Messenger. Okay. So just look up on Messenger for Trudy Hall and you'll see a picture of her with her long golden locks, and messenger her directly on there. Okay. So Leona says, all right, Paul, how can I clear my house of all negativity? I burnt sage, but nothing, but still nothing. Want more positive in the house. You can feel the negativity in the house. Right. Well, see, okay. You kind of like this. The way to look at it, Leona, is this. It's kind of like you've started the spring clean. Okay. You've not done a thorough clean. Okay. And I'm not talking about the dust, that every household in the world picks up. I'm not talking about that. Energetical energy, negative energy layers. Do you remember in the old days when you used to walk into a public house and people would be smoking, you would see like layers of smoke hanging in the air like that? Well, negative energy kind of layers like that. So you might be able to open the window and all of the smoke flies out. But if you go smell the fabric, it's still there. Okay. So this is kind of like how it works with negative energy. You may have done a quick walk around the house with a smudging stick. That's when you break in energy down. That does not clear it. Okay. So there's a big misconception of how to do it. Now, first and foremost, just walking about with sage in your hand, it won't do diddly squat, really. Okay. Um, energy is energy is one, shall we call it, a substance that you cannot destroy. It'll only change form. All right. So if you are working with a house that's stacked with negative energy, you have to go through a rigmarole of constantly breaking that energy down, constantly getting rid of it. But here's what one of the big things that nobody else does. Everybody goes through their little breaking down of energy. Okay. But they don't understand. Okay. Let me give you an idea, righty? So imagine you have a van. So you got a van, right? And you open the back door of the van, and it's full, and it's literally full of old refuse bins, and smells. So you open the van up, and it's full of rubbish and refuse tips and everything. So you think, okay, oh my god, it stinks. So you take it to a refuge tip, and you empty the van. Okay, so you literally throw everything out. And first and foremost, the stink is going to stay there. Number two, there's a whole new clear space there. Okay, so unless you fill that space, it's going to fill with something else. So when you break down the energy in your home, only walking around the stage is only one tiny part of that whole rigmarole. Have you ever been to church when they sway? You know that I don't know the technical term, but when a priest is swaying the smoke and the incense. For an example, they tend to do it at funerals around the coffin to break down the negative energy around the coffin. But not only are they swinging the incense around the coffin, but they're praying over it. Okay. Now, here's the big part: breaking down the energy with sage is only one finger of the entire process of the hand. Okay. You have to be breaking it down. You have to be replacing the energy. You have to believe totally in what you're doing. And I mean, totally believe in what you're doing. And there is a whole process. You start in one corner, you go to the next, to the next, to the next, then the center of the room. And then once you've broken that energy down, you send it out the window. You replace all the energy with the white light of love and divine protection. So in one corner, I'll be fanning in the smoke to break down the negative energy. I'll ask the angels to remove that negative energy, bring it to the light to be cleansed. Then I ask the same angels to fill that corner with the white light of love and divine protection. And then I will break that down not only with sage or incense sticks, but with sound as well. And I will do that. And so in every corner and in the center of every single room simultaneously, in every hallway and every cupboard and every room, no matter how big or small of that room in that house, and including the attic. Now, and you're still not finished. Okay, you have to protect the house, so you then spray a salt substance around, and it has to be kosher salt with water. Spray it right around the edge of the house, around the windows, around the doorway. It goes on, and that's why it takes a lot of time. So you're walking around with just in white sage is only just the beginning. There's lots of work to do, but like I said, all of that process is in my book, The Safe Way. Okay, so when you guys are ordering my book, The Safe Way, just order the one that says the deluxe version. It's the black cover. Okay, it's a black cover with my face on it, and that's called the deluxe version. And the entire process of how to break down energy, how to get rid of energy, and how to replace energy is all in that book. All right. So Neil says, this kid is pointing a huge gun at my face and it is extremely surreal to me. And I said, I don't have them. I can't find the keys. I must have lost them. Is this for real, Neil? Sounds like a movie. Wow. Kelly Durant says, it's my mom's 5-year anniversary is coming up and it's still hard. But oh, hey, listen, you're preaching to the choir. Okay. My mom's gone 25 years and I still feels to me like she went last week. It really does. I don't feel, I'm a big believer that time does not heal the wound. I'm a big believer in telling the truth. And I say it's not, time helps us to become used to the wound, used to the pain. It doesn't make the pain go away. Getting reads and messages, that helps, but it doesn't cure. So somebody walked in the studio. It doesn't cure it. It helps to just get used to the pain, you know? So I'm with you 100%. You don't have to sell me on that one, my darling, with you. Maria says, keep smiling. Flowery perfume. I keep smiling. Of me and my dyslexia. Sometimes the dyslexia comes up with really cool things. I keep smelling a flowery perfume, and oddly enough, the smell of curry every now and then is someone trying to tell me something. Yes. Okay. Unless you live next door to an Indian restaurant. Yes. Usually the flowery or very gentle scented perfume will remind you of someone who would have worn a particular perfume and is trying to get your attention. So yes, I would wholeheartedly say yeah. Okay. Dawn says, Leona, look up Organite. It helps incredibly. Yeah. Okay. Dawn is right. However, you know, you have it's not just the tools. You have to have the technique and the belief. Okay, it's like, we all know that white sage breaks down negative energy, but if you're just standing with a white sage in your hand, you're thinking, you're just looking at it, smoke on you, I must be breaking down the energy. No, it won't. You could have 10 batches of white sage in every room, and it won't work unless you are absolutely convinced in what you're doing. It's the intention behind the work and the energy given off with that intention, and combined with the rest of the tools that helps to break down the negative energy. And then what do you do with it? So there's more to it than just breaking it down. It's like somebody puts a big concrete block in the middle of your living room, and you go in there and you smash it to bits with a hammer. It's still there until you actually brush it up and get rid of it. So there's more to it than there's a lot of people out there who say, "Oh yeah, you just use white sage." No, white sage is just a tool. There's a lot more to it, and a lot of people do not teach properly. They teach half-assed, and they go, "Oh yeah, just wave white sage around. It'll break down the energy. You'll be fine." No, it won't. You can wave white sage around all day, and no, it won't work. It's intention, prayer, focus that gets rid of and replaces negative energy. Tina Allen says, blessings to everybody. Tina, blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Y'all, don't forget, please share the show. Please share the show. I really want y'all to come out of Facebook. Come out of Facebook and go into YouTube. That's my whole motivation. Get you off Facebook and onto YouTube. Then when you go into YouTube, please just click on the old subscribe button and then click on the little bell icon, so when we're doing shows you get reminded and you get told in advance. Trudy. So and then please here's a big thing as well that I've been told by the YouTube people. You're not liking the show. At the bottom of that where it says share and everything, there's a like button. Smash that like button, guys. I really need you to click that like button. The amount of you guys who are subscribing is going up every week, which I am absolutely elated for. Thank you so very much. But in order to keep our show on YouTube and keep it going strong, then you must hit the like button and you must share the show. So please smash that like button. Click it right now while I'm talking to you. So you look down below, it says share, and then there's a like button. Click that like button. Neil says, close my eyes and I thought, so this is how it's going to end. And I peek, and the kid looks really confused. And I knew he was not prepared to shoot me. My window was not open enough for him to reach in. If he had reached in with a gun, he'd just take it off him, twisted against his wrist. What I would have done was pressed and beat the horn and got attention. If you had a lot of people around you, press and beat the horn, because they're really brave right up until they're confronted, and don't become brave anymore. Um, they sold their souls when they went to the USA. Oh, Dawn. Hi, Paul. First show watching you. Usually watch Roger and Faye. Hello, whoever you are. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, could you come out of Facebook? Come out of it. Go into YouTube and click on, when you go up in the search bar at the top. Open up YouTube, and at the top there's a little search bar. Type Paul Francis Medium. Boom! It'll bring you right back to this show, and then I can see who you are, and I can talk to you, other than calling you Facebook user. And then subscribe to the show, and please click the little bell icon, so it'll tell you when we're on again. After I reported the incident, then I realized the idea of to refresh my protection popped up right before the situation came out of one piece. Well, Neil, and I'm pretty confident I'm speaking for everybody else that's listening to watching this show. We are absolutely elated that you're safe and well, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're sharing that with us tonight. So make sure that you keep your wits about you, keep calm, and in situations like that, just there's no one. There's you know what I was trying to think, be a Captain Big guy, you know, big guy. No, look at them straight in the eye, and how to beep the horn personally, try to get somebody's attention, but that could have frightened him into shooting. So no, you know what? It wasn't your time to go, my dear friend, and you're here with us now to share that harrowing story. However, I would definitely share that with a local newspaper, and maybe they'll pay you a few dollars just for sharing it. You never know. Right. Huge lag on my cell compared to the TV, says Maria. Okay. Dawn Hatton, who's U2M? As, she's got it wrong. It's U2SM. It's U2SM. But you okay. I love you dearly, but no, Trudy, come out of Facebook, get onto YouTube. Right now. I love you dearly too. I'm trying to go to YouTube, but I can see you, but not the chat, and I can't join it. Well, it is there, so it's at the bottom. So could somebody please give Amanda advice on how she comes out, goes into YouTube, and how she gets back on the show? So can you guys, because obviously I can't do it while I'm on the show. Right. You'll have to send me the info, Lynn. Be very interested. Love you too. Followed them for a long, long time. Yeah, I appeared on the Jonathan Ross show with Bono and U2 many, 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 many years back. They were great right up until the Joshua Tree, says Don. I'm not a big no. I think there's 2 or 3 albums after that are as good. There's No Lines on the Horizon. It's a great album. There's the one with Vertigo and City of Blinding Lights, and I've forgotten the name of that one with the red and black album. I think it's called Vertigo, actually. That's a really good album. So no, I wouldn't necessarily. There was a few in between. In the pop art era, I lost a wee bit. I was like, what the hell's going on with U2 in the pop art era? But there was still some really good songs in there. You mean One came out of that era, so it was excellent era. Yes, the flowery smell of mom. Well, there you go. That should definitely link. But what's the spicy curry? We never use curry. It stinks. Then you're not using the right curry, Maria. There is more than one curry. Johanna was the same. She came down here with what I call a Scouse palate. In other words, fish and chips and pretty much nothing else until I introduced her to different types of curries. Uh, there's only a small amount of curries that are actually hot. The rest of them are fruity, very, very genteel in their flavor, and some of them are very. I mean, you wouldn't know it was a curry if you were eating it, but it's an Indian food, so there's a lot to it now. Yes, chef. Okay, so only certain spices that are mixed together that create the what you would refer to as curry. But like for an example, when I'm cooking, the kids will always say to me, "Oh, Dad, cook your curry, make your curry." And there's one called currywurst, which I produced, which I learned in Germany actually. And when I'm making a curry, it's a very mild curry, and I add fruit to it. So I'll put in there like grapes, and I'll put in there like blueberries and apples, and the curry is very, very sweet in flavor. And then you put it across sausage, and that's currywurst, and the kids absolutely adore it. Beautiful. Tony says exactly. Time does not heal everything. My 18-year-old boy passed 8 years ago, and the pain is as fresh today. Remember what I said though as well. We have to honor those who have crossed over by being the best we can be here. So you honor them by holding your head up and making this day work, and making this next day work, and the next day, and the weeks and months and years ahead, and making them, when the time comes when you are back together, they're proud of you. They're proud of what you're able to achieve. And doing something in their name, Tony, is a fantastic concept. Doing something in their name, you know. I can't leave you and show you now, but in my living room, in my den, is what the American people call, I have a cup, like a silver cup. Not a cup that you drink out of, a winning, like a trophy cup, and it's got my name on it. But it's not actually me; it's my uncle who I was named after. And there was then a race held every year, and the winner of that race particularly won that particular cup. But when the actual annual race ceased, my brother was the last person to win it. My brother Paddy, and a couple of months ago, he presented me with a cup and said, "Presented to Paul McGahan from his brother Paddy," and it's in my living room now, and it's one of my most prized possessions. Not only because there's a huge family legacy connected to it, but because it came from my brother Paddy, and that means everything to me. And he and I talk pretty much most days, which is fantastic. Um, and I love him to bits, and he's my brother, and oh, you know, there is going to come a day when one or both of us are not going to be here, and then when both of us are not going to be here, we'll probably be playing snooker somewhere upstairs. But while we're both here, it's a really good idea to not lose time, because he and I were the first two in the family. Then came along another four. No electric in our house. And but he and I are the first two, and then we're still the closest. So it's really, really cool. That's what's so amazing about it. It's crazy and true. I was prompted to protect myself right before it happened. There you go, Neil. Somebody's watching over you. Most likely your guides, my friend. Most likely your guides. Alrighty. Um, Leona says, "Thank you so much. Going to do everything you said. We need this more positive in the house. You do. You need to just start saying, I mean, first and foremost is stop associating with negativity. Stop associating with it. And a big, 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 big bringer of negative energy is guilt. Eliminate guilt from your life. Just get rid of it. Don't associate with guilt. I actually don't associate with guilt, and I've drilled it into my family so long now that they will not go, but yeah, but because I look at them and they go, oh, okay. So I got rid of guilt from my family, and I've also got rid of yeah buts. Anybody who uses the term yeah but, get rid of them out of your life. All right, because they're yeah buts. Yeah buts are always the people who go out looking for the reasons why things can't happen. You don't need them in your life, right? You don't need those. You need the people who go, oh, have you thought of this? Have you tried that? People who are putting things in your way that help you, The yeah buts are always looking for reasons why you can't achieve your goals, and yet they're not really big achievers themselves. So get rid of yeah buts, get rid of guilt out of your life, get rid of it. Do not allow people to hold guilt over you, and don't hold guilt over them. Okay, and you'll start to see a massive change in your life, and then you'll start to be more positive. And guess what? You'll start attracting positivity to you. Alrighty. And guess what? That positive energy is far stronger than the negative energy that's laid throughout your house. Now remember, throughout your house, not just in one room, all of it. Alrighty, let's see what Maria has got to say. Maria says, "So, what's the message she's trying to give me? She's trying to say, Ray, house stinks. Open it up. I'm sending all this lovely, smelly, refreshing smell, and you got your house stinks." How do I know what she's trying to tell you? Most likely, she's like just letting you know she's around you. Already, she's letting you know she's around you. She's very much probably saying, "Hey, go and try a really good curry from a really good Indian restaurant. A good curry. Go in and tell them you don't like hot curries, you like a really gentle mind, fruity curry, and they'll give you a jalfrezi or something along those lines. And you'll go, oh my God, he was right. And I am right. Trust me." Okay. Macy and Katie said, "Hi, Macy and Katie. Howdy. Good to see you." And they're amazed and watching and listening to you. I think, well, hey, thank you so very much. It's very, very kind of you to take the time out of your life to watch my show. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you share it with all your pals, though. Get it out there with your friends and family and invite them back. I'm back Monday night. No, actually, I'm not. I'm back tonight. It'll be really late for you guys. But right after tonight's show, I got an hour and a half break in which I'm just going to have a chill. And then I'm on the Fox Den right after my show tonight. Don't forget, on the UPRN network, you have my dearest friends Michelle and Amelia coming up with their show Outer Limits, Outer Realms, not Outer Limits, Outer Realms. And there's a whole plethora of shows on that, including my dear friends Roger and Faye. Don't forget, their show now is on the UPRN network radio system as well. Speaking of which, we are coming to you live in New Orleans. If you're listening to me today in New Orleans, you're listening to me between 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM. To everybody watching and listening to me on FM, thank you for being here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Don't forget to tell the people in your life that are important to you just how important they are to you. Communicate, appreciate, and then validate everyone in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. Okay, tell them. Just go up and say, "You any idea how much I love you?" We have a little funny thing that we say in our house, and it was started by me and my youngest daughter. It actually was started by Maya. Really was started by Maya. She used to say, "Love you, double whatever you say," and then I would say, and I'd get it in first, and she'd go, "I love you, double whatever you say, triple." You're like, "Love you, double whatever you say." So if I say I love you million, she's already, well, I've doubled it, haven't I? Because I've said I love you double whatever you say. And you know what? That has filtered right throughout my family. That tiny little funny thing that is a term of endearment has filtered right throughout our family, right up to Johanna and I and everybody else. Love you double whatever you say. And we say it just it's fun, but you know what? It's real, it's fun. It's just a great thing. In fact, I'm gonna have it put on my headstone, "Love you, whatever you say," and then nobody can actually then challenge it. Is what he said. Right. Dawn says, "Orgonite transmutes negative energy into positive energy. It's a proven fact with lots of research behind it. I respect Paul's opinion. Orgonite is a tool, and we must use to learn it to protect ourselves." 100%, Dawn. 100%. Anne-Marie says, "Shared, liked on both Facebook and here." Said, "Anne-Marie, you're a rock star. Thank you so very much." Whenever a magical notion pops into my head, I tend to listen and do whatever occurs to me. That's because you're training yourself and training yourself well, Neil. Well done, you. You two keep appearing in the music on my phone. I keep deleting it, but it always comes back. That's because you can't get rid of a good thing. Will you be doing cooking on your show next? Actually, you know what? And funny you should say that, but it had been discussed. It actually had been discussed because there is a big, big connection with spiritual being and cooking. It's a big, big connection to it. All of the chefs, all of the top chefs in the world are the top chefs in the world because they are emotionally connected to what they do. It's a passion for them, it's a spiritual connection for them. So it had been discussed whether or not I should actually bring that kind of element into the show. And who knows? Who knows? Do you know what? I hadn't thought about that. We're in talks at the minute with some big producers who have the Netflix connection, and I'm just thinking whether that would actually be a really good connection to the show. Do you know what, Trudy? You've just given me something to think about. That's a possibility. That's a really, really strong possibility because food is emotional. Food is, and especially when you produce it. I go into the kitchen, and when I when I go into the kitchen, it's weird. My professionalism comes back on. My professional chef days come back on. Nobody's allowed to use my knives, and when I'm in the kitchen, everybody out. Because I get back into a flow, and I'm flowing. So and when I'm producing food, there is a strong emotional, and they always say you have that big ingredient, that huge ingredient that you add really comes through. And what is that huge ingredient that I add that really comes through? Love. Love. Do you know what? Beans and toast can be amazing if it's served with love. It's amazing. Give it a shot. All right. So, Laurie, if you have YouTube on your phone, oh, that's right. So they're passing that information across. Can be a good thing too. Life is good. Good morning, Roger Garza Senior. My dear, dear, dear friend, how are you? I still haven't seen the anything to do with your very first show on the network. I have no doubts in my mind whatsoever that it went well. No doubts at all. I am 100% confident it was an absolute success. But it's good to see you, buddy. How are we able to get a significant other to understand the grief of losing a parent? How are we able to get a significant other to understand the grief of losing a parent if they have not gone through it themselves, or to at least take those feelings seriously? Well, you have two issues there. Okay. Issue number one: how can you get them to understand the grief of losing a parent? Well, they will have lost other people in their lives, not just a parent. Okay, so they would have lost, and it doesn't necessarily when I say lose somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person's crossed over. They may have lost a friend, they may have lost a connection that they really hold dear to their heart, and the connections are very, very similar. All right, so there's that part. Um, but if they're not taking your loss seriously, I can't believe I'm just about to say what I'm about to say. I really can't. But if they're not able to take your loss seriously, then maybe they shouldn't be your significant other, because it's in for the long and full haul. Because empathy is a massive thing in any relationship. You should have empathy. Um, you may enjoy a specific item in life and you mean absolutely it's everything to you, and the other person might think they cannot think of anything worse. But you may have empathy for their inability to enjoy what you do, but they should equally have empathy in the fact that you really get a lot out of what you do even if they don't like it. So for an example, and something tiny, I mean minutely important, but I despise, and I refer to cauliflower as Satan's food. All right. Oh, vile. But I will cook it for Johanna because she loves it. So just because I despise the stuff, the smell of it, the touch of it, I despise it, it does not mean that I should eliminate it from the menu because I despise it. So I will cook it and I will present it to Johanna in a highly well cooked professional way because she loves it. So, and that's just cauliflower. Come on, I'll make a choufleur Monet. That sounds cool, doesn't it? It's cauliflower cheese sauce. But if somebody can't take what's deeply important to you, you have different issues to deal with there. The sun is shining. This is Trudy Hall. Evening all, Lindsay Hill. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Lovely to see you. Julie Sharp says that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Julie. Appreciate that. When I lived in Japan, I sampled the most amazing curry dishes. So yummy. How lucky are you, Alison, to have lived in Japan? That is somewhere that has been on my to-do list for such a long time. I want to go to Japan. I want to spend at least maybe a month over there, 2 months over there. I want to study in two temples and go through all the meditative studies. Oh, mind-boggling. Can't wait. Kay Sequin. Good evening, Kay. Welcome to the show, my darling. How great to see you. How great to see you. I hope you're well. How is everyone this day, says Kay, with that wonderful positive outlook. Tacos, anyone? Says Roger Garza. Do you know what, Roger? I will have one of your tacos. Go for it. I'm up for that. Dawn says, I'll swap you for a pasty. Do you know what, Dawn? I had a pasty yesterday. I had a cheese pasty. I know most of the Cornish people were going, you what? There's no such thing as you. I had a cheese pasty from Philps, and it was lush. Cannot believe how quickly the time has gone. Hey, well, not only just talking about that, I got you for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. You know, it's been a great show. I'm enjoying it. I'm hungry. I want a big fat lobster. I'm sure the big fat lobster's thinking exactly the same. I'm thinking, I can't wait to be on Kay's plate. I got it right. Honest to God, here's a true story for you guys. This, I promise you, with all my hand over my heart, this happened. I was, still coming up through the ranks. I'd come through the ranks really, really quickly. And I was working in a huge, in fact, the actual hotel where they shot the movie Witches. Yes, the movie Witches, the original movie Witches. I was a chef. I was chef de partie in that very hotel. And one day the head chef, whose name was Frank, and he was a big bloke, and he's a lovely guy. He loved playing tricks on people and it was great. It was absolutely brilliant time working there. But Frank said to me, he said, hey, Paul, listen, there's some lobsters coming on. He said, see all those pots on the stove? And I said, yeah. He said, I want you to put the lobsters in there for me as soon as you get in, all right? Don't worry about the times. By the time I get back, it'll all be cool. And I said, yeah, okay. So I was carrying on working. And of course, the guy arrives with the lobsters and I check them all over and sign for them and off he goes. So I bring all the lobsters over to where the cooking station where Frank was getting ready to cook. And I picked this lobster up. Right? Big guy, it's got that wonderful dark orangey and brown kind of look to them. They're not red until after they've been cooked, you see. So I picked it up and his little eyes went like that and looked at me. And I looked at him again. I want to pick it up to put it over the pot. I looked at him again. He was like, oh, I couldn't do it. I could not put the lobsters into the pot. Couldn't do it. So, I was chef de partie, which is like fourth in line from the top. And I went over to the backstage area of the back area of the kitchens where all the KPs hung out. And I said to two of the KPs, I said, see them lobsters? And they were like, yeah. I said, I've got to go down to the butchery department. I need you to get those lobsters into those pots where we just plop them straight in. Give me 5 minutes and then go and do that, will you? They went, yeah. Boom. I shot out the door. I literally shot out the door. And I come back and all the lobsters were cooking. I couldn't do it. They looked at me in his little eyes like that, and I couldn't do it. And that is a God's truth story. I couldn't do it. And to this day, I probably couldn't do it. So I never put lobster on the menu. Jojo Walsh is good evening. Jojo Walsh, hi, good to see you at the show. Lovely being here. That's what Michelle said. It was good. There you go. There you go. Michelle said it was good. You know, that's good. Everybody sent hi to Roger and Lynn. That's good to see. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Everybody's laughing their heads off at me now because I couldn't cook a lobster. It's not that I couldn't cook it. This lobster looked at me and then yeah, but I do like cheese. I like a cheese board too. Tia says, hi, Paul. Hope all you're all good this evening. Anything for me would be amazing. I'm not too sure what that means, Tia. I like cheese pasties. Cheese pasties are lush. That's not a pasty. I knew a Cornish person would say that. I knew it. That's not a bloody pasty. Yes, it is. It's a cheese pasty, and it's lush. Hi, Kathy Hanley. Lovely to see you. Welcome to the show. Is that the Headland Hotel? My sister worked there, Marie. Yes, that's the Headland Hotel. Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. All right. So I'm the Nair. The Overvarian would be a great power walk, says Dawn. I think you must be talking to somebody else because I don't know what that means. Jojo Walsh says, not seen my mom since I was 3, and now she wants to see me after all this time. I don't know if I should, what. Okay, now I don't know if she's actually written that incorrectly or I'm just, my dyslexia is kicking in. Paul, not seen my mom since I was 3. Now she wants to see me after all this time. I don't know if I should, what to do. What would you, or what would I do? Oh, right. Well, okay. If my mom, the person who gave me life, now it's difficult for me because I had a huge connection to my mom, and you know that's cool. But if the person that actually brought me into the world was trying to make a connection, then I would make it happen. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you actually get to meet the lady who gave you life, and you may have more of a connection than you could possibly know. You may be in a position where you can give that person empathy, love, and forgiveness. To err is human, to forgive is divine. So you may be able to give that person an opportunity to look into where they feel they've gone wrong all this time. And I was listening to something on the radio, it was last week, to a lot of people who were forced into giving their children away. And your mom could very well have fallen into that trap. So now she's got the opportunity to tell you she's here, make a connection to you, get to know you, and you hold all the cards. So it's really down to you, to be absolutely honest with you. Tia says a pasty is a pasty as long as it's not from Ginsters. Couldn't agree more, Tia. Could not agree more. Guys, it's 20 past, so I've literally got a few minutes left. Ginsters is gack. Yeah. Ginsters aren't pasties. They're not. They're first and foremost, they're all made by machines. That tells you everything. At least Phillips are handmade, so that's the difference. Anyway, I'm not here to promote Phillips unless they would like to sponsor the show. Oh, speaking of which, if you've got a business out there, guys, if you have a business out there, I am open. I'm open for sponsorship on both my shows, both this one, Spirit Quest, and on Reach Across Live. So if you've got a business and you want it to be advertised, then contact me, and we can open up a sponsorship for you right here on this very show. Romana, Ronnie, how are you, my love? Good to see you. You're coming right at the end. I'm literally at the end. Literally at the end. I have literally about another 5 minutes of talking. So, oh my goodness. Welcome to. Now, that being said, you haven't missed me completely because I'm going to be on the Fox Den tonight, which is about 8 p.m. Eastern. Alrighty. So come and join me again on the Fox Den right after the show tonight. But don't forget, here on the UPRN network, you have coming up my dear friends Michelle and Amelia with their show. And there's a plethora of great shows, including Roger and Faye's show now on the UPRN network. Make sure you look them up and make sure you become part of this group, amazing group of people. Um, so if you have a business and you would like to have an advertising slot on my show, then contact me on Messenger, and we will definitely look at making that happen for you. Alrighty. Next show for me is going to be Monday night, and that'll be at 8 p.m. UK time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, which is Reach Across. So make sure that you're here for a part of that. And don't forget, you have Roger and Faye on Saturday for This Mug's for You. For us here in the UK, that's 4:30 in the afternoon. And for Roger and Faye, it's about 10:30, whatever. I can't remember the name of the time zone they're in, but it's mountain time or something like that. But 10:30 morning. There you go. Kay says the Fox Den, is that there or in the States? In the States, honey. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time, so it's in about another hour and a half's time thereabouts, and it'll be on YouTube. So if you type into YouTube the Fox Den, you'll see. Hey, it's been a great show. We've been. This is what Spirit Quest is. This is why I designed Spirit Quest. I used to have a show in the afternoons, which was kind of like called Take a Break with Paul Francis, and that was around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it was great. It was big. A lot of people enjoyed it. So I wanted to create something similar to that here in the evenings that everybody could be a part of. And the great people at UPRN Network said to me, "Well, why don't you do your show and we'll give you a slot on a Thursday night?" And we thought, you know what, let's give it a go. Let's see what I'll give it a go. And here we are, 6 or 8 weeks in now, and it's going from strength to strength. But I need you guys, because these shows can go like that. They can gone. All right. Because the show's one thing, but you guys are the other half of that show. Alrighty. So I need you guys to continue to support and promote the show. So please, please, please make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you click the little bell icon. Make sure you like it. That's so, so important. You guys are watching the shows, but you're not liking the show. Make sure you hit that little like button. Bash that like button. Smash it. And then, of course, the biggest part of that, again, is to share it. Share the show. Get it out there with your friends and family, and get them all to come and be a part of the show on Monday night. Only for me to say thank you so very, very, very much for being a part of tonight's show. It's been amazing. It's been an absolute brilliant. Come and join me later on if you're going to be here in the UK and you want to stick around. And great show, Paul. I'll be sending you love for your dad's anniversary tomorrow. Thank you very, very much. That's going to be greatly appreciated. It's still tough, So everybody who misses people, trust me, time does not heal the wounds. It just begins to help you to get used to it. It's as simple as that. I'll be back. Well, Maria, you got another bite of the cherry tonight, honey. Stick around and come and join me on the Fox Den. And you can actually probably talk to me directly through the Fox Den as well. So come and make it happen. Y'all come and ring in and talk to me. That's what it's all about. I will be back in about an hour and a half on the Fox Den. Then right after that, if you don't catch me tonight, I will be back at 8 p.m. for Reach Across on Monday night, where I'll be doing all the reads and all that kind of stuff. Guys, thank you. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for supporting me. But please smash that like button. Smash that like button right now. And make sure you share the show and get everybody to come and be a part of the YouTube. And enjoy what show we have here and the show on Monday with the UPRN network, coming to you on 105.3 to 107.7 FM from the magnificent city of New Orleans, with courtesy of the UPRN Talk Radio Network. Coming up later on this show tonight, my dear friends Michelle and Amelia with their show Outer Realms. And like I say, on the UPRN network, you now have my dear pals Roger and Faye with their show. And I'll see you all very soon. Until I see you, look out for each other. Communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life, so a medium doesn't have to do it for you. Love you guys too. Thank you so very, very much. Be safe, and stay out of trouble. Please, stay out of trouble. Hi, I'm Paul Francis, and welcome to my YouTube channel. On the channel, you will find many videos helping you to discover more about yourself. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Hit it and share it. For those people who share, there will be prizes galore. You'll have one-to-one sessions, merchandise, coming with me on paranormal investigations, loads and loads and loads of things just for sharing. Get it out there. Share the show, share the videos, and be a part of the Paul Francis community.